Okay, this video is to show you how to take your file from AutoCAD and send it to the full spectrum engineering driver that will allow you to prepare it for cutting on the laser engraver cutter. In order to do that, you need to go down to the search window down here, and I need you to type Retina Engrave, or RET, and you're going to launch this Retina Engrave app right here. So we'll click on that. And we have the professional 20 by 12 series, so you're going to select this icon, and that will launch the Retina Engrave software looking like this. This must be open in order for us to prepare our file. So with that open, I'm going to go back to my AutoCAD by clicking on the A here. I've come back to my AutoCAD, and like I'm printing this, I'm just going to send this over like it were a printer. So I come up here to the printer icon at the top. It's called Plot. We're going to set that, and we will continue with a single sheet. Now, very important, your printer's name is Full Spectrum Engineering Driver. If it is not in this window, which could be likely, the last thing I sent was there, but yours might not be there. So if it's not in that window, you click on the drop down and you need to find Full Spectrum Engineering Driver. So Full Spectrum Engineering Driver, very important. The paper size will be the FSL Professional Series 20 by 12. Also may not be there, so you need to click the drop down arrow, come down and find FSL Series 20 by 12. Okay. The designee that you want to print, okay, we are going to do 1 millimeter equals 1 unit. That is really important. 1 millimeter equals 1 unit. Your drawing was set up in millimeters, and so we are going to, we're going to do 10 millimeters equals 1 unit, as I believe your stock is 20 centimeters. So 10 millimeters equals 1 unit. We will come over here to the, and make sure this fit to paper is turned off. It must be turned off. So make sure that's turned off, 1 millimeter, 1 unit. And where it says what to plot, well, we're going to plot a window. We have to designate that window. So you click on this drop down. Yours may say display. We want to change that to window. So we're going to go to window. And then we need to designate our window. We click on this little icon right here. And that allows us to designate the window. So you can see this is off slightly. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to select the top of the square. I'm going to pull down, select it to the other side of the square. So I clicked, I pulled across, designated my window. I can double check that. Now if I click this window again, you see everything that is in here that's dark, that's going to be part of my printout. So that's what I want it to do. Select that, pull that across, so I can do it again. Pull across, it snaps. Okay, my window's been designated. I am now set up to send this over to my full spectrum. So I'm going to apply that to the layout, and I will say OK. And it says it doesn't equal. That's OK. We're going to continue. And then we're going to go over to the full spectrum by clicking on this little triangle icon. And you see it's preparing our image here. There's my image. Okay, you will notice it is about an 8-inch square. Now we did say millimeters, right? So I could change this from inch to millimeter to centimeter. And there it is, 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters is there. If I click on this little icon here, this allows me to verify the size that I have, and it does report in inches the size of the stock that I have. So we could change this if we had to, so we get it exactly to our stock size, and this is where we would make that change. And actually what I would do, if I were to change this to, if my stock measured 8 inches by 8 inches, I would apply it to both the raster and the vector, and I would hit resize. And so that set it exactly to an 8-inch by 8-inch. I believe that is the stock size that you have, 8-inch by 8-inch. We're going to be doing a vector cut, so we need to change this tab right here to the vector tab. And there you see my, I didn't resize my vector. So I would need to, again, change this, and it is going to be 20 by 20, and I'll hit commit. So in order to make that change, to verify that we are the right size, you click on this little square right here, 20 by 20, and we have that size set appropriately. Now, there are a few more things that we need to have happen. It is going to cut every line that it sees on here. So this will cut along with these lines here. We don't necessarily need our outside of our square to cut. So I'm going to click on the outside square. I'm going to assign it a different color. Let's say red. The outside square is not actually going to be cut out because we will give you that stock. And we're going to call that red. And over here are my vector settings. So the red, you see right now says layer order 1. I'm going to make my red be a layer order 2. I'll make my black be layer order 1 because it's the black that I want to cut. Okay, and we'll leave this at 100, 100, and 1 pass. But my red one, I'm going to turn it to 0 passes because I don't want it to cut that. So that will cut everything that is black. It's going to pass over it once. And it's not going to cut my red at all. So by creating that separate layer, by simply clicking on the outside box, assigning it to a different color, allows me to isolate things that I don't want to have cut out. Now this is set up where I could send this to the laser for cutting. In order to do that, I will come over here to my Pro LF, save the job as a binary file, and I am running a Model B, and I can give it a name. Now before I type in any name, I need to make sure that I have my USB stick in place, and then that's where I'll give it a name. We'll call this Mr. T. You're going to call it your name for your demo, so call it something that is unique. Don't call it Mr. T, because everybody will have a Mr. T file on. So save it that way and hit save. And now we're ready to take our USB stick over to the laser and open the file over there and get this cut. Hope that helps.